Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I would like to start by reflecting a bit on things in general, because I realized that I've been publishing many videos, but that I have never really publicly said what this channel is meant to be about. So in case you don't know what this is about, let me tell you. The main purpose of the channel is that you follow me along my journey towards financial independence. But more than that, it is about proving to myself and to you that it is possible to go from being a regular guy, from an average family, to becoming financially independent. And if you're watching, then let me tell you that I'm very happy, because this is just the beginning of a very exciting journey. This means that you will have the opportunity to grow alongside me. And I hope you notice that I said grow and not just see how I grow, because in this channel it's not only about me and the things I do, but also about you. I want this channel to be a reflection of the different steps that go along the way of financial independence, and that I feel that very often are skipped. Because I know of very successful YouTubers, or I watch them personally, especially regarding finance and so on, stuff, that have only started making YouTube videos after they had already reached a certain level of success. And I mean, this is very cool, because when you're watching videos, if you see somebody who has already been successful, it is much more exciting, you know? But I think that it's also important to notice that all of these very successful people were once in the step where I'm currently at, and where maybe you that you're watching are also at. And here is where a very important point comes in. In this channel, I am and will continue to be sharing things mostly related to my personal finances. This means that I will be sharing things as I move on. And not necessarily these things that I'm doing will be correct or not. I have no clue. But I just hope that whether the things I do end up being successful or not, we can all learn something together. Because in the end, the path to success or financial independence, or however you want to call it, is nothing but a learning process. And one important thing is that this process takes time. And here's where the most important part of the video comes in. Time. Becoming a millionaire is relatively easy to achieve. And now, before you hit the dislike button, but by the way, now that you're on the way, you can hit the like button, let me actually show it to you. Let's go to an online calculator of compound interest and go over some simple numbers, because I know that probably you are thinking that I'm crazy or something. But apart from investing your money, which is something that I think it's pretty obvious, the next very important factor is time. And I think that you will see this very clearly in just a little while. In the calculator that we have now in the screen, there are several things. The first one is the initial investment amount that we want to invest. We will actually be using kind of like my example, so imagining that you are 21, 22 years old, that you just finished your degree or your studies or whatever you did, and that you have already started working. In here, we will be placing 1,000 euros, because I think that this is an amount that everyone at this age, except for maybe more extreme circumstances, should have saved up. And if you don't have saved this money, it means that either you spend it on partying or many other things, or that you didn't even work during summers, or you never had a part-time job before. Now we move into the monthly contributions, which essentially means how much money will you be putting into whatever investment you make every single month. And in here I have placed 400 euros a month. And I have put that because I understand that after your studies you go get a job and you are working, earning a salary, and even if you are young, you don't maybe earn that much money or whatever, or the city you live in is expensive, I think that you should be able to save 400 euros a month. And if you're watching this video, I don't know if you think that 400 euros a month is a lot of money or that it is too little, but it is what I have set for myself. And in order to achieve this, I do things such as eat a lot of pasta or rice that is very cheap, I never go out to eat in restaurants, and I cut my hair at home. But now talking seriously, I think that 400 euros a month is something that, as I mentioned, it can be saved up, because even if you have to pay for an apartment and food, you can live in a shared apartment when you're young, and to buy food, if you don't go to restaurants, it's pretty cheap in general and affordable, and you should still be left with quite some money to save up and to invest. Then we have the next variable, time. I think that if you're right now 21, 22 years old, it is pretty fair to assume that you will be working, taking a regular path for the next 45 years to come, if not more, before retirement. Since, as you know, with higher life expectancy, aging population, sustaining the pensions is becoming harder and harder. Okay, now the next one is the average annual interest rate that we expect to make out of our investments. And in here I have placed a 6%. The reason for that is that the average of the stock market, at least taking the S&P 500, which collects the 500 largest public traded companies in the US, has had on average since its inception a 10% yearly return. And I know that this is more than the 6% I said, but we need to take into consideration two other factors. The first one is inflation, that I actually made a video on it and I will leave it down below in the description. And the second one is that past results doesn't determine that in the future you will be getting these same results. Therefore, the fact that the stock market has been growing on average at 10% yearly does not mean that it will continue to do so in the future, and therefore, in order to be more conservative, I have placed a 6% annually. Doing this and pressing on calculate, we see that after 45 years, you would be able to retire being a millionaire since your net worth would be just above 1 million euros. In my opinion, I have just set an example with very small contributions, considering that we only save up throughout the whole lifetime 4,800 euros a month, but we also should take into consideration that usually as you get older, your salary also increases. So I'm hoping that I can do better than that and get to the millionaire milestone faster. And how can I get there faster? Well, the key is to increase the income that you get every single month so that you can save more money and invest more money. And you can do that by maybe getting a side job or starting a side business next to your current job or just starting a regular business. The opportunities are endless. The only question here is, how much are you willing to sacrifice to get to this millionaire milestone faster? Another very key point is to make sure that you invest your money whether you're making more or less, but invest it. It doesn't matter where, but you need to make your money work for you. You can either put it in real estate, the stock market, forex, cryptos, you name it, but invest. Invest and also make sure that you diversify your investments in order to make sure that you don't put all your eggs in just one basket. Now, just to finish the video and to briefly summarize what I have said, we have that in order to become a million, you need to do basically three things. The first one is to start investing as soon as possible in order to let your money compound over time. The second one is to keep investing consistently and in a diversified manner. And the third one is to work on increasing your income that you are making every month while keeping your expenses low in order to save as much money as possible and get to the milestone of becoming a millionaire faster. You do that and you will become a millionaire. The question of when only depends on the actions you take. So if you haven't started yet, what are you waiting for? The best moment to start is now. Well, that was it for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, you know the deal. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.